Hey, what is happening there, guys? Fellow old car lovers, enthusiasts, and maniacs like myself, Elton here. I'm in the western part of Montreal, here in the city where I was born and raised, and I wanted to come back after I spotted this a couple of weeks ago with Ben, this 87 to 90 Caprice Classic here. And I want to first of all mention that apart from this being a legendary automobile, for not so much for styling, but for high quality compared to GM now, unless you don't know, like the police car version is this, the police pack. The 9C1 was just a Caprice. The Caprice Classic was this model with all the extra chrome trim at the bottom, the moldings, the vinyl top, luxury interior. This car is in beautiful condition, man. I'm glad I came back for it, actually. It's really, really clean, man. Never winter driven. Vinyl top is in nice shape. The color is in nice shape. The color's in nice shape. What a beautiful automobile. You know? Let's have a quick look here. There's a bunch of crap in here. Yeah, not much miles on that car, I'll tell you right now. Maybe 100,000 something. But you never know. I mean, again, these cars were so amazing in terms of quality. I had a 78 Caprice, which was a similar color as this. And man, when I bought that car, it had 236,000 kilometers. I mean, for these cars, it's nothing. And then it's funny because as much as I like the Chevy Celebrities from the 80s, which was like a small version of this, they were pieces of junk compared to this because the engines weren't built as good. The 4-cylinder was a terrible engine. The V6 was a good motor, but it was only good for 200,000 kilometers. So anybody who thinks that, they look at this and they say, oh, it's a piece of junk, they don't know nothing. Ils connaissent rien. Because those are usually the people, they only like BMWs, and they only like Audis, and they only like Toyota. Well, let me tell you something. Back in the day, okay, this car is like over 30 years old. I'm telling you something, there were still a lot of Japanese cars that were not that good. Believe me, a Toyota Tercel was a fucking piece of junk practically. This is stuff of legends, okay? And that's why I came back to film this. I like all kinds of old cars. I like all kinds of antique cars. But that, they'll never make them that great again. This is a true testimony of, you know, as they say, made with pride in the USA or in Canada, because everything was made here with pride. The parts were all made here by GM or by different companies, you know. It's a rear-wheel drive. It's a body-on-frame design. It's a, you know, 305. Okay, this is a 305 V8 because only the 350 was reserved for the police pack versions. But I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was a gutless engine. The 305, the small block V8s, they were built for economy. You know, and when you're on the highway with these cruisers, they're not as horrible as people think, you know. So anyway, as I came up to film this guy, I was thinking maybe I'll add it with the other one I filmed a few weeks ago. But the other one I filmed was rough, so I figured it'd be cool to put the two together.
Take pictures of my car, bro?
Oh, hang on a second. Hey, I'm glad to meet you, man. You know, it's always better if you can meet the owner, because then
It's all original.
Man, the interior is fantastic, man. This is a typical, my 78, you see it comment que ça fait une bust, there's like a bumpy in the, this is very typical GM.
Yeah,
And
GM.
no, but I mean this right here, the bump in the dash, mine was like that too. That's mediocre quality from GM. This is where GM and American cars were poor compared to the Japanese and all that, Europeans, you know.
I kept it straight and everything.
Did you keep, what about the exhaust and all that? Is it all factory?
No.
Flowmaster and...
350 headers and...
but it's a 305.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got 60,000 kilometers. It's gonna die in there, then I'll put it 350. Still got a air conditioner, it works.
Fuck, good for you, man. Mais où c'est que t'as trouvé ça, pas à Montréal?
C'est à la Chine.
Really?
Je suis mécanicien, c'est moi qui ai tout fait.
Awesome. What, right here?
Yeah. My boss's garage.
Oh, cool.
How you doing, guys?
So you live in the area then?
I live right there.
Oh, that's great. Well, I didn't show it, but you know.